Good morning, students. I've missed seeing and visiting with all of you guys. For those of you who may be just tuning in or first-time visitors, my name is Billy Nelson, and I'm one of the master teachers for our junior high youth. I hope you guys are not getting too bored during this time during the pandemic. My family's created new and different ways to spend some of our time. We've been jumping on the trampoline in our backyard. We've put up a badminton net, and just recently now we have horseshoes, so we've been enjoying ourselves as a family in the backyard. I hope you guys are also getting that opportunity as well. If you haven't had a chance, now's the good time to catch up with some of our other videos. So go take a look at those. You can find those on heightschurch.org, Facebook, or Instagram. So after our worship service this morning, take a look at those and catch back up. Our Bible study this morning starts off in the book of Job about the character Job. And Job was one of those guys who had everything. If he needed it, he had it, and if he wanted it, he could get it. You can kind of think of him as the Bill Gates of the Bible era. But ultimately, God removed his protection from Job, and in a very short time frame, Job lost his health, he lost his family, and he lost all of his belongings. And just like us, Job asks the question, "Why, God? Why are you doing this to me?" He doesn't really get an answer. So I think he does what a lot of us would do, is he reaches out to his friends for wisdom and perspective. And at the end, what he finds out from his friends is that there's not a lot of that to be had. And he ultimately doesn't get an answer to the questions that he's asking. And spoiler alert, God never really answers the question to Job, why is this happening? But he does have an awesome encounter with God. It's hard to have faith when you're experiencing something so difficult, like Job was, and something that you can't understand. Following his encounter with God, ultimately God provided Job everything that he had before, as well as more than what he had before, and a family for him to enjoy it with. But that's the point of this story. God was able to fully redeem Job from where he was at and from what had been done to him, but he ultimately didn't answer his question. It's okay for us to have questions, but we have to realize that sometimes God isn't going to answer those questions for us, but he ultimately does have the power to redeem us. We can have faith, too, going forward, that in his Son Jesus Christ, that we can all be redeemed by learning and trusting about him.